right. So grape juice is homogeneous and oil and water is heterogeneous because oil and water do not mix and it does not dissolve in water. But the grape juice, yes, it does dissolve in water. So it's only one color. Okay, so let's look at the apparatus. The class, for every science experiment, it's very important that you know the apparatus. It's all the things we use to do the experiment. So please say with teacher, beaker.
Beaker.
Yeah, I want to hear. Yeah? Oh, beaker.
Beaker.
Okay. Spatula.
Spatula.
Glass rod.
Glass rod.
Axolot.
Very good. And then I'm sure you don't have to say sand, you don't have to say salt. I think you know how to say it's too easy. Okay. So this is the things that we use in this experiment. So remember, in the science, you don't use the cup, you don't use a mug, you don't use a glass. No. You use a beaker. And then this is like a spoon. It's the special science spoon. And so we say spatula. Okay, and this glass stirring rod, you just use it to mix something or to stir something. Okay, let's go to the next one. Okay, so here we have salt. And if you add the salt to the water and stir the water, you see the color will change to the milky white color.
No.
And if you add the sand to the water, what happens to the sand, class? What happens to the sand? Does it dissolve?
Not dissolve.
Yeah, it does not dissolve. Okay, so sand, you can stir the whole day. It's not going to work. It's never going to dissolve. So sand, it cannot dissolve. That's why we can see the two colors and we can see it's a heterogeneous solution. Okay, so sand, it does not dissolve. Okay, so now what happened to the salt? So when we put the salt in the water and we mix and stir, we see that the color of the water changed a little bit. Now we cannot see the salt. Here's another student, 7. Okay, so what happened to the salt? And this is actually in your textbook. I think this is page 155. The class, did the salt disappear? Is the salt gone forever? What do you think? So I want to ask a student to read this. So maybe I will ask number 20, Manau. Can you please read this part here? Is she too shy? Okay, let's ask cartoon 1. Can you please read this? And I see actually I make one mistake. One of my words is incorrect. I will fix it quickly. The salt is now fully. That's better. Okay. Okay. Okay, class, who can please read this for me? Don't be shy, it's easy. Priyakorn, can you do it? The salt is now.
The water now tastes like salt. If you evaporate off the water, you can see the salt again as a white powder.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, so what happened to the salt? Answer is it does not disappear. It is inside the water. And actually it's in between the spaces of the water. There are very small spaces between the water, and that's where the salt is. And if you taste the salty water, you will see it has the salty taste. So the salt does not change, and the water does not change. It's just very well mixed, like really, really, really well mixed. And if you evaporate all the water, you can get the salt back, and the salt has not changed. The salt is still the same. Okay, so when you have a solution and you mix something, it's a very good mixture, but it does not disappear. It just goes in the spaces between the water. Okay, now let's look at how much salt can we put in the water. Okay, so 1 spoon is, yeah, free or maybe a little bit more than free. That's right. So 1 spoon, no problem, is easy. 3 spoons, yes, is okay. And what happens if we have 5 spoons, class?
Saturated.
Yeah, it becomes saturated. It means that now some of the salt is here at the bottom. It does not go into solution. And because this water, it cannot hold more salt. There's too much salt in the water. So maybe actually the answer would be maybe 3.5 or a little bit more than 3 is how much salt we can put in the water. Okay. But maybe we can put more salt in the water. Maybe there's an idea. Okay, so, okay, so here we have 1, 2, 3. Now we want to put 4 salt in the water. Class, do you think we can do it?
Yes.
So actually, we can if we make it hot. So if you heat up the water, you can add even more salt. So now I think you can definitely add 4 and it will be okay. And it's not saturated, so it's well dissolved. That's why if you have coffee, try and make cold coffee and put the sugar in your coffee. You will see it doesn't dissolve very well. There's some sugar at the bottom. But if the coffee is hot, you can very easily dissolve the sugar in the coffee because it is hot. Okay, so that is how you can put even more salt in the water. Just make the water hot. Use the fire, use the Bunsen burner. Okay, this page just says that something that is dissolved, actually it is a physical change. The class, if you remember, a physical change, it means that you can change it back. Like if you have salt in the water and you evaporate the water, you can have the salt back. But a chemical change, you cannot change it back. Like if you burn wood, you can never go back to the wood. The wood is black and the wood is ash, and you can't change it back to wood. Okay, so anything that you dissolve is always a physical change, which is the same if you change ice to water vapor. It's also a physical change. Okay, class, this page is really, really important. This is on page 157 in your book. And here we learn what is a solvent, what is a solute, and what is a solution. So if you add the salt to the water, you get salt water. It's also called saline water, and that is a solution. Okay, class, so I'm going to say some words, and you have to say solvent or solute or solution. Okay, so first one, I say salt. And what do you say?
Solute.
That's it, good. Sugar.
Solute.
Okay, good. Let's say food coloring.
Solid.
Solute.
It's also solute, good. Water.
solvent,
solvent,
Yeah, solvent. Grape juice.
solute,
solvent,
Nope. And nope.
solute,
Nope.
solution,
solution,
Solution. Good job. Grape juice, solution. Orange juice.
solution,
solution,
That's right. Salt water.
solution,
solution,
Yeah. So the salt water you get in the sea, it is a solution. Okay, let's have one more. What about coffee?
solute,
solute,
Oh, okay. So
Solution.
let's say coffee beans.
coffee bean,
Coffee beans, that would be a solute. And coffee for drinking coffee.
solution,
Is a solution.
solution,
Yeah. So coffee, juice, those things, they're all a solution. But if we have the beans of the coffee, that is a solute. Okay. Then class, the solute is not always a solid. So in this case, the salt and the sugar is a solid. But it can also be a liquid. It can also be a gas. So the word solute, it kind of sounds like the word solid, but actually it's not always a solid. So alcohol is a liquid and oxygen is a gas, but you can also dissolve those things in water. Okay, so a gas and a liquid can also be a solute. Okay, so if I say oxygen, what is oxygen? Solvent, solute, or solution?
solution,
No. Oxygen is a
solute,
solute,
solute. What about CO2 gas?
solute,
solute,
Also solute. And water?
solvent,
Solvent. Good job. Okay. Okay, so solvent almost always have to be more than the solute. So I need a lot of water and maybe just a little bit of salt is okay. If I have a lot of salt and a little bit of water, it's not going to work. So the solvent always have to be a lot and the solute not so much. Okay, let's go to the next page. Okay, class, do you see which one of these is a solution? One or
class
two or three?
2,
Yeah, definitely two. And because we only see one color, so it is a homogeneous solution or solution. Okay, and this page also, it shows you that a solute is not always a solid. A solute can also be a liquid, and a solute can also be a gas. It's the thing that you dissolve in the water is a solute. Okay, and this page is really important. I think this is page, let me just check again. 157. Yeah, 157 is very important. Okay, yeah, again, we have the saturated solution. So if you add a little bit of salt, it's fine, and more salt. And if you have a lot of salt, you see the little pieces of salt there, which means it is saturated. If something is saturated, you cannot add more salt, except if you make it hot. Then you can make a little bit more salt. Okay, class, let's see which one can dissolve in water. So what about sugar? Yes or no?
Yes,
And pepper?
no,
No. Okay, I want to ask a certain student, let's ask cartoon 1. Can oil dissolve? Yes or no? Can oil dissolve in water? Yes or no?
yes,
No, it cannot. Let's go back. I had a picture here somewhere. I will show you. So let me show you. Here, do you see this picture? Is the oil and the water? It does not dissolve. It does not mix. So oil and water, no, it does not mix. Let's continue. La 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 la. Okay, so oil is no. Okay, let's ask another student. Numping. What about sand? Is numping here? Oh, I think this is maybe numping. Numping, can sand dissolve in water? Yes or no?
Huh? Yeah,
Can
okay.
sand dissolve in water? The sugar can, but what about sand? Can it? Yes or no?
Yes.
So actually no, and I can show you the picture of the sand. Let's just go back to the sand.
This.
There it is. Do you see the sand here? No, it does not dissolve. You can mix it long time. It does not dissolve. Okay, so sand actually is no.
Okay.
Okay, let's ask another student. Number 3, tea. Can salt dissolve in water? Yes or no? Okay, maybe he's too shy. Cartoon, you can say is okay.
Yes.
Yeah, you're right, yes. What about chalk? Anybody can answer. What about chalk?
No.
Yeah, it does not. What about alcohol?
No.
No.
Oh, alcohol, yes. I will show you again. Here we are. Here's the alcohol. Alcohol, yes. Alcohol can dissolve in water. And again, this page also, it shows you, yes, alcohol can dissolve in water. Okay, so salt, yes. Chalk, no. Alcohol, yes. And baking
Yes.
powder?
Yes.
Yeah, good job. Yes, it can. Okay, so some things it can dissolve and other things it cannot dissolve. Okay, so alcohol, yes or no?
Yes.
Yes. Sand, yes or no?
No.
Good job. And this one is a special kind of salt. Actually, it can dissolve in water. Okay, this is the last page. So food coloring is something else that we can use. Do you see the purple powder? And do you think it can dissolve in water? Does it dissolve?
Yes.
Yes, it does, because I see the color of the water change, but actually it's only one color. And so yes, it can dissolve. And remember, it is a physical change. And when something dissolves in water, it's a physical change. That means that if you evaporate the water, you can separate them. Okay, and then here are some other things that can dissolve in water. Class, what do you see here? Sugar, and that's actually
Gas.
oxygen. And so, okay, so these are just some other things that can also dissolve in water. And remember, it's not always a solid. It can also be a liquid. It can also be a gas. Okay, class, are you ready for the game?
Yes.
Okay. So class, you will have 30 seconds to answer each question. So it's a long time. So you can think carefully about your answer. And then we see who has the best score. And you have to try to get 7 out of 10. If you can get 7, I will be very happy. If you have less than 7, it just means you have to study this chapter again about dissolving things in water. Okay, so
I love Kahoot game.
let's do Kahoot. Yeah, I love Kahoot too. Kahoot is cool. I also like Kahoot. A lot of fun. Okay, I will send you the code. Let me just wait one moment. Computer, 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 give me the code. Loading, loading, loading. There we go. Here is the code. I will also put it on the line. 450 4057. Okay, I'm gonna close my video now. Oh, class, you have to write www.kahoot.it. Then please put in the code. We'll put it in here. Let's put it here too. That's it. Okay. Good. So far I have 2. 16. At the moment there are 16 students. Okay, we have 4 so far. Five, 6, 7, 8. Ah, Bond is here. Ooh. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I still have to wait for more students. Good. Our home is here. Okay, I'm just waiting for Pum. And Namping. And Pokpong is not here. Okay. Class, I'm going to count to 10 slowly. Then we're going to start. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 2, 1. Class, is there someone else who also wants to join? Are you ready?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So I think we're going to start. Okay, so let's start and read the question carefully and look at the picture and then choose the answer A, B, C, or D. Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Which one is a salute? Okay, 4 students are right. Okay. Cartoon, T4, and Noi. Next. Which one can dissolve well? Which one can dissolve? Wow, very good. 5 students are right. Oh, 4 is doing better. Baimon is doing better, and Kao Mai is doing better. Cartoon and Noi stay in 1 and 2. Okay, saturated. What does it mean to be saturated? Very good. Good job. 5 students are correct. Ooh, Cartoon is going quickly. Doesn't get anything wrong. Good job. Okay, next question. Okay, what change is the dissolution of substances? Okay, 4 students right, 4 students wrong. And Cartoon still didn't make mistakes. Good job, very good. And 4 is going up, and T is going up. And Komai is still at position 3. It's good. Next. Which one cannot dissolve? Oh, 5 students correct. Not bad. Ooh, Cartoon still didn't make a mistake. Wow. And Baimon is going up. Homogeneous or heterogeneous? Six correct. Good job. That's very good. Let's see. Okay, Cartoon is still number 1, and Ko Fang is moving up. Good job, Ko Fang. You're moving up. And Manao is moving very quickly also, going up. How many things can you dissolve in the coffee or in the water? Oh, 5 students right. Good, good, good. Cartoon is on fire again, and Komai is moving up. How can we put more salt in the water? Okay, 4 students are right. Not bad. Oh, and cartoon has not made a mistake. And Baimon is going up, and Noi is staying at position 2. Oh, Mai is also doing okay. Okay, what is the name of that thing? Wow, 6 students correct. That's pretty good. And cartoon still has not made a mistake, and Manao is now moving up to number 5. I think this is the last question. Five students correct, not bad. Okay, let's see. Baimon number 3, not bad. Noi number 2, 8. And cartoon has 1 more, it's 9. And the other 2, 4 and Manao. Okay, I will send a screenshot on the line. Send it here. Okay, also well done to 4 and Manao, because you are on the leaderboard. You are 4 and 5, so that is also very good. And looks like this time cartoon make only 1 mistake, but actually anything more than 7 is great. So 8 is also great. Okay. Oh, yeah, the difficult questions. Ooh. I thought question 8 was easy. It's just use the fire. You can add more salt. And okay, question 4, yes, is a physical change. Maybe it's not so easy. Question 4 is a physical change. And question 1 is B. Yeah. B is the solute. It doesn't matter if it's a gas or liquid or solid. It doesn't matter. B is the solute. Okay, and now I want to go back because I want to look at all the questions. So class, let's look at all the questions. Maybe I do it like this. Yeah. Okay. So let's just look at all the questions, just to make sure that we all understand the questions. Okay, so we can see, class, what is A? So do you remember water?
Solvent.
Yeah, that's it. So A is a solvent, and B is a solute, and C is a solution. And this is very, very important. And this is on page, one moment, 157 of your books. Okay, so this is definitely going to be in the midterm test. Okay, and this one, class, we already looked at which things can dissolve and which things cannot dissolve. So which one is the one that can dissolve?
Sugar.
That's it, yeah. And so if sugar dissolves, it makes a homogeneous mixture, which is one color, and it's a very good mixture. Okay, so then number 3, when you add more and more and more salt, at some point you cannot add more salt, it's saturated. And what does that mean?
Yellow.
So if something is saturated, yeah, please say. If something is saturated, it means you cannot add more salt. Because like the water is full, So you can't add more salt to the water. Even if you try, you cannot add more. Maybe except if you make it hot. Okay, this one we see honey. What kind of change is it, class?
It got changed.
Yeah. So it's the same like if I change water from ice to liquid, that is also a physical change. And why? Because I can change it back if I want to. If I put it in the freezer, I can make it ice again. So it's a physical change because I can change it back. If it's a chemical change, I cannot change it back. Okay, then this one, which one cannot dissolve?
Cooking oil.
Yeah. So any kind of oil, cooking oil, motor oil, and also petrol, all that kinds of oil, they don't mix with water. You can try it at home. It does not work. They will never mix with water. Okay, and the other three things, yes, they can mix with water. Even though it's a liquid or gas or solid, it doesn't matter. They can mix with water. Okay, then this one, so we have juice. Is it homogeneous or heterogeneous?
Homogeneous.
That's right, because the juice is only one color. It's a brown or yellow color. So it's only one color, and that's why it's homogeneous. And the same with orange juice, and the same with grape juice, and the same with apple juice. It's homogeneous. Okay, and then we have the coffee. So how many things can we put in the coffee? I think maybe about 4 things, you know, because it's the sugar and the coffee beans and the milk. Oh, and there's oxygen in the coffee also. There's some gas in the coffee also. So I think maybe about 4 things you can put. So if you have a solution, you can put many things in it. Like if you have like Coca-Cola, it has gas, it has sugar, it has salt, and also have food coloring. So it has about 5 things in the Coca-Cola. And the coffee has at least 3 or 4 things. Okay, let's continue. Okay, so this is like, how can we put more salt in the water?
Heat up fire.
That's it, fire or heat it up. That's why if you have coffee or tea, it's very easy to dissolve the sugar because it is hot. If you have the cold juice or the cold coffee, maybe it's not so easy to dissolve the sugar. You can do it, but it's not easy. Okay, and this one, the name of this thing is a?
Beaker.
Yeah, it's a beaker. So in the lab or for science, we use a beaker. We don't use a glass, we don't use a mug, we don't use a cup, we use a beaker. And the last question, what happened to the sugar? So actually the sugar is still there. It's between the spaces of the water. That's why if you taste the water, you will see the water is sweet. So the taste of the water is now different. So the sugar is not gone. It's just in the water and it's mixed very, very well with the water. And if you evaporate the water, you can have the sugar again. Okay, that's it. So I can close this. Let's stop this. And then let's do this. Oops, not this. This is one of a class. This one, yeah. Okay, so we don't have to do the other parts. Class, did you all do this summary on page? I think, what page is this? Page 159. So class, I want to ask if there's some questions you did not do for this chapter. because I want to finish this chapter and next time we do another chapter. So this is, you can look in your book. This is from page 154 and on. Page 154 and on. I think it starts here. No, actually it starts here. This is the first part. So I want to know if all the students are okay with this chapter. Did you do all the questions? Then we are finished. Is there some questions you have not done? Okay. So class, I hope you finished with all the questions on this chapter, because then we are okay with this chapter. And now we just do the review. And so the game Kahoot was to do review. And next time we're going to do the next chapter, or the next section, which is chemical changes on page 163. We will do that tomorrow. Okay, class, have you got any questions? What about gun? Do you have questions? Are you okay? Number 4, gun. What about napak supul? Are you okay? Okay. Okay, class, if you don't have any questions, it's the only thing I wanted to do today is to review this chapter and also to play the game. And once again, I want to say congratulations to the winners, which is Cartoon, which has only 1 question wrong, which is really good. And Noi has only 2 questions wrong. Actually, the score is very, very close to Cartoon. And Baimon has 5, and 4 and Manao, actually, I don't know how many questions right. So class, if you have 6 or less than 6, you really have to read this chapter before the midterm test about solutions from page 154. You really have to read this chapter when you study for the midterm test. And I will only ask questions that are in the book. So if it's not in the book, you don't have to learn it. There's only the things in the book. Okay, class, I think that's all for this class. We can say goodbye. So class, please stand up. Let's say goodbye.
Thank you.
Thank you, teacher.
Thank you, teacher.